Hi there, welcome back to another BobBlast. I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about composition design. So if you've been watching any of these previous ones, you know I always start writing down the 4 C's. The letter C, the letter C on the back of all my paintings. They stand for what's the concept, what's the big idea. The second one is what's the color combination, and I write all that stuff on the back so I can remember, right? And then the next one is what's the composition. I write the composition, and I have 12 designs to choose from. Yay! And that's what this one here is all about. And of course the last letter C, it's all about making a commitment. I don't keep changing my mind in the middle of the painting because I already had the title on the canvas, so I can't change my mind. So that kind of keeps me focused. It works for me, you know, and so it keeps me focused on the task at hand. So, but let's show you the compositions. So here in my Loosen Up book, I have a page that has all 12 of the designs to choose from. You can see here behind me are some of my early morning practice pieces, and I do some every day. It's my practice pieces. And then when I'm finished with that, then we go into color. But first I do black and whites. Let me show you one of them. So why black and white, you ask? Well, I'll get into color a little bit later on. But by doing black and white, it imprints into my mind the design and structure of the painting from the very get-go. So it's in there, it's muscle memory at this point, and I'll get into color a little bit later on, but always black and white. Think of Franz, Kline, Robert Motherwell, that's how they started. Beautiful stuff, and it makes it much more powerful. So here we go, we'll get started. Here's my chart, it's my studio chart to remind me, and you can see I also do color ones there too. Or if I don't have the studio chart, here's a little advertising, here's my Loosen Up book. And in there, I have a whole page of just the graphics. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Today, I'm going to show you some of my practice pieces. We'll choose cantilevered, number 2 on the chart. Cantilevered means off balance. It means a whole lot of something over here and a little thing way over here. Let me show you one of my practice pieces. So today I'm using my BFK Reeves drawing paper, beautiful paper, has a little bit of a gray tint to it. I have my chart over here, my fluid acrylics. I love to use these fluid acrylics. These happen to be Holbein, some of the other companies make them also. They call them fluid acrylics or sometimes acrylic fluids. And my wide can here of that paint fluid acrylics. Big brush. Today I'm going to do the cantilevered. And it's just a practice piece. Just take it really slow, big, strong, bold moves. There's my one little piece over here. Here we go. A lot of something going on over here. Done. Let me do another one. Come, there we go. Very strong. Done. Get my hand off of it. There you go. That's one. Let me show you another one. All right. We'll do another one. So I'm going to get right over here. There's my little piece right there. Cantilevered. Almost like those cranes on the top of buildings where you see the giant weight on one side and way out here is the little operator. There you go. So very strong design. So that's cantilevered for today. Pretty simple, but practice these every day. After a while it becomes muscle memory. And practice a little different composition every day. So you have 12 days, 12 compositions. Pretty soon, you're really going to get this stuff down. It helps me at the very beginning of my paintings. Remember the 4 C's. It's the one that says composition. Stick to it and keep your brushes wet and repeat, repeat, and then repeat. See you next time. Hey painters. Have you ever felt like you just needed to give yourself some time out and just go away and paint just for you? Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and let me tell you about one of my most favorite places to go and paint in Mexico. I was writing it all down in my journal, and I was reading it back to myself, and I said, you know, this really reads pretty well. I'd much rather read it to you as opposed to trying to remember. But this is all about me going down and doing a painting workshop for two, count them, 2 one-weekers back to back in one of my most favorite places, 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta, in our own Casa, filled full of a bunch of artists, and the ocean is right there. Let me read you the script that I wrote. It's better than me trying to remember it, okay? Painting in this charming open-air Casa studio, overlooking the authentic fishing village 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. Imagine every day creating in the art studio right on the Pacific coast of Mexico. Ah, that ocean breeze is wonderful, right? Welcome to one of my most favorite times in Latin America, Casa de la Artistas. Come and paint with me, beginners and experienced. Abstract acrylic painting and collage workshops, 2 1 weeks. Boy, does this ever sound like an advertisement, right? Refresh your creative spirit. Immerse yourself in the Mexican culture while you stay and paint on the top floor of this casa and studio. We'll be painting a lot. This painting workshop emphasizes loose, expressive abstract techniques, creative tearing, collage pieces, and paint splashing at the Casa's magnificent open-air studio with sweeping views. Boy, do we ever have sweeping views of the ocean and quaint village of Boca de Tamalan. This is my paintcation for me. I hope it's also a paintcation for you. Give yourself some time out and reserve your space now. I'll see you down there in Mexico. Hey, thanks for watching. Hi there, painters. Hey, have you ever wanted to meet Van Gogh and Vermeer? I do. Hey, I'm Bob Burridge, and welcome to my Holland Riverboat cruise. I'm going to Holland. I cannot believe to do a workshop on a riverboat cruise. 9 days of a bliss and imagination, and accommodations are spectacular. You know, I did this one in Paris, all the way up to Normandy and coming right back down again. I didn't think I was going to like it. It was spectacular. I said, let's do this again, especially of the accommodation. The crew took care of us. The accommodations, the luxury, were just so well taken care of. The foods, as you can well imagine, the excursions, the entertainment. There's a lot going on those riverboat cruises. But look where we get to go. We get to go to Van Gogh Museums, Vermeer. We get to see all that history, incredible excursions through those castles, and we get to paint every day. And the meals, we actually hurry back to the lunches on the cruise ship. It's a small riverboat cruise just for the meals. Let me tell you, they take care of us. One of my favorite things, I'm looking forward to it, riverboat cruises. That's where it's all happening. Small accommodations, educational especially. So you're going to see a lot of museums, a lot of castles, and do a lot of painting time with me. I hope to see you there.